all of what I teach about human behavior stems from social experiments, right? In real life and on the internet. But I'm going to use the internet to show that women cannot ascend until they rid themselves of male-centeredness. It's never going to happen for you until you rid yourself of the need for acceptance and validation of men. Until you get rid of your dick worshiping ways, you are always going to remain on the bottom. I've been on Instagram since 2010, I believe. And I was conducting experiments that entire time. I was on Instagram first, and then reluctantly I got on Facebook, which was a blessing because I am a writer, and long form writing is for Facebook. And what I would do was post thirst traps, post the same thirst trap on 2 different platforms, but on one, I would share my thoughts. The other, I would just be a fantasy. I would just be a sex object, right? Put myself out there to be objectified. And humans do what they do because humans are not that bright. And humans go against their nature. And they lie about it. So I will always see the same truths, the same results over and over again that I would see in real time, right? Because people respond to you based on how they perceive you and based on how they feel about themselves in relation to you. This is why I say you have to use perception as leverage, right? How people perceive you is leverage. That's where the power is. What I notice is, although men may envy that a woman could just be and make money, or a woman can sell parts of herself and make money, men may hate and envy that, but that's more digestible than a woman who uses this to outdo them in life. Now, this is coming from someone who conducted experiments in life and online using 2 different platforms. Now, I would post thirst traps on Instagram, and people will claim I have OnlyFans and a porn and I'm selling myself. And these are people in proximity. So I'm talking about people in real life. Women who will never look like me because they don't have the courage to, and they just don't look like me. And men who will never have access to me if it weren't for proximity. Right? And men online who would look at my Instagram and lust after me, and some will say, what else you have, and all the bullshit that they try to project to reduce the power of just being a woman existing, right? That's one side. And then the other side is when people start to hear my innermost thoughts and realize that there is more to me than what they see, what they want to consume, what they want to experience, right? So this is why I say men like the idea of me. They don't really like someone like me. Now, men will fuck me. Men will want to keep secret relationships with me. Men will do everything but prop me up like they do the average woman who doesn't look like me. Men usually don't marry women who look like me, who present themselves like me. right? It requires too much of them. They even tell you. They marry the average woman and they think they run through women like me. And the fact is, if you look at the average man roster, the women never look like me. They're always just some average woman. Average face, average looking, average dressing, average body. They never look like a baddie. I don't recall ever seeing an ex-girlfriend, a side chick, or a man was fucking that was like, oh my God, look at this sexy ass bitch. I've never seen that in my life. And so men will like the way I look. They will like the way I make them feel. But when it comes to what I'm really working with, that's where I start to lose them. You see, men don't have a problem with intelligent women as long as it doesn't overshadow what they got going on. So a woman could be successful and have a husband as long as her husband remains at the head, or her husband is the reason for her success. This is one of the reasons why I don't allow men to attach themselves to me. I don't collaborate with men. I don't even allow people to believe that I'm with a man. It can take away from what I actually built myself, because it's hard for people to conceptualize that I am able to create all of these things, even though they can't do it. Right? Anytime I create a platform, I'm bringing in numbers, crazy numbers. 6 months ago, I started a YouTube. I'm already at almost 13,000 subscribers. 6 months ago. Right? So I'm able to draw eyes and ears on me. Eyes for obvious reasons, but ears because I'm working with something. I'm working with a lot. That can damage a man's ego if they have nothing to do with it. You see, a man can prop you up, right, in a business or, in a workplace where he's the head. It's as long as he is the master, the puppet master, the reason for your success, they're fine with it. Is when you separate yourself and there's no man there, that's when people start to question you. That's when people start to doubt you. Or not start to, that's when people doubt you. This is why people always want to hear about my father, because it gives them a reason to justify, it gives them justification for how brilliant I am. And women are no different. Beauty will always be a standard because women make it a standard. Right? I went viral on TikTok the other day, and I had a coat on with a hood, and all you can see is this much of the coat, this much up. And most of the comments was asking me about my coat. You know why? Because women don't give a fuck about the message. They only care about what's going to make them more attractive in society, because women know that beauty is currency. They may lie about it because they don't have the currency, right? They can't monetize or, gain anything from their currency, right? But beauty is very much currency. So women are no different from men. Women are always commenting about my body. And then, because women are male-centered dick worshipers, they will say things like, well, why would you show up like that? As if my beauty takes away from my intellect, because that's how humans think. I cannot be both. It's hard for people to conceptualize that I'm both. This is where the envy and jealousy comes from in women, because they spend their lives hiding from men in society to appear better and smarter than women like me. And I don't do any of that, and I'm better and smarter. Right? So humans are not that bright but they're also interesting, right? And predictable. So you have to rid yourself of male-centeredness, and you have to rid yourself of needing human acceptance and approval, because they're never going to. Most people won't ascend. They won't go beyond where they are mentally currently. They may make more money. They may become more successful, but their primal ways they're going to remain where they are, because that's where the real power is. It's not in making money and being successful. It's how you evolve in life. So I'm having an experience right now, right? And it's showing me how it's proving what I already know, that humans are, they're limited. It's showing me how envious women are. Like, you know, the slick, snide remarks that women make, you know, before they ask questions. I really can't get into it right now, but everything I do, all interactions with people, is a social experiment with me. Women are not evolved. They just find creative ways to cope with life, with their envy, with their jealousy, with their oppression, self-inflicted, right? They find ways to mask their male-worshipping, dick-worshipping ways. You have to be strong to ascend, and this is why most people won't. Most of you will watch this video and it will just leave your brain. You won't do anything with it. You'll consume my content and you won't really do anything. Most people are not going to do shit with their lives. But it's all in all, I'm still going to benefit from it, because, you know, humans are always going to prove me right, because most humans are not that bright. They're not evolved. And my attractiveness, my sex appeal, all of those things will always bring out people's nature. Not only men, but women. Their competitive nature for women, and the animalistic nature in men. You know, I always laugh when women think that I'm doing this for men, when the fact is most men won't even choose me. They'll choose you because you're more digestible than I am. Most women are going to fall in line when it comes to men. And I don't mean, you know, when me not falling in line, it's not me just being rebellious, you know, just to be rebellious. I'm not listening to men. I do what I want to do. Nah, I know how to play the game. So I don't mean just being reckless and rebellious. That stupid shit women think is empowering. No. Most women will fall in line to what makes men comfortable. I don't do that. And so that causes a feeling in women. I see it in real time all the time. Women don't realize how much of the same they are. Their antics, their jealousy, you know, their competitiveness, because women are always competing, always. Rinse and repeat. Most of you respond the same variation of ways to me, and men too. The same variations of me. I've yet to be shocked by an approach of a man or woman, because it's basically all coming. It's the same things, right? And so ridding yourself of male-centeredness is mandatory. You can't ascend without that, because of the structure that we are under, the structure of patriarchy, religion, these things that put men at the head, that forces women to comply against their own best interests. So this is why I say, like, wives, you can't tell me shit. Women who attach themselves to men for dear life. with no attachments, no ring, no nothing. They're just attached to the man because of whatever the man could do, or whatever emotional attachment or whatever's going on. Men are the way for most women. No man is my way. Everything I built is me. Even though I learned things from my father and men, it's still me. Right? I teach women things all the time, and many women still don't fucking get it. So it's just not the lesson. I can get the lesson, but what do I do with that? There's no man behind what I've built. I made a decision that when it's all said and done, I'm going to leave a legacy behind that's not going to be attached to punching a clock or answering to someone else. My name is already ringing bells. And that's all from this. What I've taken, the things I've taken from people, the things I've learned, things I've been taught, and all of the things. It's all me. No man had anything to do with this. And that's the off-putting part. That no man had anything to do with this. It's hard for people to accept that I am my own source, even though I look like this. It would be easier for people to accept if I was just on here looking modest all the time. If I didn't post thirst traps, if I wasn't so sexually appealing, they could deal with it. Even though my attractiveness, my level of beauty would still kind of put them off. But the sexual part of it is what really puts people off. People that may see me in real time, in proximity to me, they're looking at me, they stalk my socials, and they're watching me, and they're trying to come to terms with what they see in real life and what they see online. Some of them believe I'm putting on for the internet. Some of them did not know that I was even smart. Some of them question, like, why her and not me? Who she thinks she is. It's a lot going on. And the thing is, most of you are the same. You all think the same. I've been me my entire life, and the way people have been responding to me is how people have always responded to me. All of you do the same, say the same, act the same. It's just different variations of it. Some people are a little more evolved than others, but it's all the same shit. And so ridding myself of the need for acceptance and validation from people is what fuels me. Because if I was trying to look for acceptance and validation from people, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't wear red lipstick. I wouldn't wear heels. The things that women find fascinating and liberating to me is like child's play. Oh, you wear a skirt? Yeah, bitch. I mean, I'm a woman. You wear lipstick, you wear makeup, you do your makeup every day? Yes. The fuck do you do? Right? So this is unapologetic. Right? This is unfuckwittable. Right? And I get to bask in my glory while doing it. I don't got to be ugly and old and matronly. I can look like this. But that comes at a cost. Right? Where men may not want to associate with me or want to be with me. Women too. Or women may want to become me. That's another weirdo thing that I'll talk about at another time. Right? So many are not built for this.